Have you ever paused, looked back, and pondered the what-ifs of life, wishing you had navigated certain paths differently? As we journey through life, the decisions we make act as architects, constructing either a fulfilling and meaningful existence or, conversely, eroding our happiness and overall well-being. It's a sobering truth that seemingly minor missteps can accumulate over time, leading to significant repercussions such as loneliness, financial instability, and avoidable health issues. This exploration delves into 5 prevalent mistakes individuals often commit as they age, which can insidiously undermine their lives. Some of these errors might catch you off guard, as they tend to manifest so discreetly that their detrimental effects go unnoticed until considerable damage has been inflicted. However, by identifying these patterns, you empower yourself to make more informed choices, sidestep needless regrets, and seize command of your future. This isn't just about dodging pitfalls, it's about actively shaping your golden years into a period brimming with joy, purpose, and robust health. We will meticulously dissect these 5 critical mistakes, examining their origins, the reasons behind their occurrence, and practical strategies to circumvent them, thereby paving the way for a more enriching life. If your aim is to ensure that you aren't unintentionally hindering your own progress, this discussion is essential. 1. Neglecting physical health. One of the most pervasive and detrimental errors individuals make as they age is overlooking their physical health. This often begins subtly, perhaps with skipping a morning walk or opting for convenient, less nutritious food choices. While it may seem harmless initially, these seemingly insignificant habits accumulate over time. As mobility diminishes and energy levels wane, many individuals attribute it solely to the natural aging process. However, a substantial portion of the decline experienced later in life stems from inactivity, inadequate nutrition, and neglecting early indicators of health problems. If you've ever felt stiffness after prolonged sitting or noticed a decline in your balance, your body is communicating vital information. Movement is paramount, irrespective of age. The less active you are, the more challenging it becomes to maintain an active lifestyle. Simple tasks like rising from a chair, climbing stairs, or reaching for an item on a high shelf can become difficult. Weakened muscles contribute to impaired balance, elevating the risk of falls, which pose a significant threat to seniors. A single fall can lead to injuries that require months to heal, or, in some instances, permanently alter. Fortunately, it's never too late to initiate positive changes. Even modest improvements, such as incorporating 15 minutes of walking into your daily routine or substituting processed foods with fresh, whole ingredients, can yield substantial benefits. Strength training, even with light weights or resistance bands, can aid in preserving muscle mass and preventing frailty. Scheduling regular health checkups can facilitate the early detection of problems before they escalate. Taking care of your body isn't about evading aging, it's about ensuring that you can continue to engage in the activities you cherish for as long as possible. 2. Isolating from friends and family. One of the most poignant mistakes individuals make as they age is withdrawing from their social circles. Initially, it may appear inconsequential, perhaps declining invitations to gatherings, reducing phone calls, or assuming that others are too preoccupied to visit. However, this gradual isolation can lead to loneliness, depression, and an accelerated decline in both mental and physical well-being. As social creatures, humans require connection for purpose, engagement, and emotional health. Many seniors mistakenly believe that loneliness is an unavoidable aspect of aging, but this is far from the truth. Research indicates that social isolation can have the same detrimental impact on health as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. It elevates the risk of heart disease, weakens the immune system, and has been linked to an increased likelihood of developing dementia. When the brain is deprived of regular stimulation through conversations, shared experiences, and emotional connections, its functions begin to slow down, heightening the risk of memory loss and cognitive decline. Consider Dorothy, a 76-year-old who gradually ceased communication with her friends, rationalizing that they were likely too busy with their own families and that she didn't want to impose. Weeks transformed into months, and before she realized it, she was spending the majority of her days in solitude, finding companionship only in television. She felt unlike herself. Her energy waned, her mood darkened, and she struggled to motivate herself to engage in activities she once enjoyed. However, when she eventually made the effort to reconnect by calling an old friend, joining a local book club, and inviting her grandchildren over more frequently, her entire outlook shifted. She felt more engaged, happier, and even noticed improvements in her memory and energy levels. Another common mistake is relying solely on family for social interaction. While family is undoubtedly important, expecting them to be the sole source of companionship can sometimes lead to disappointment. Loved ones have their own obligations, and it's crucial to cultivate a network of friends, neighbors, or community members for engagement. Having multiple avenues for social interaction fosters a richer, more fulfilling life and prevents feelings of abandonment if family members are occupied. Technology has made it easier than ever to stay connected, yet many seniors avoid it because they find it overwhelming or unfamiliar. Embracing simple tools like video calls, social media, or even voice messages can help maintain meaningful connections, particularly when in-person visits are not feasible. Learning to use these tools isn't about keeping up with trends. It's about ensuring that you're not excluded from an increasingly digital world. Fortunately, it's never too late to reconnect. Joining a club, volunteering, attending local events, or simply making it a habit to call a friend once a week can make a significant difference. The objective isn't to have an overbooked social calendar. It's to maintain meaningful connections that keep you mentally alert, emotionally satisfied, and engaged with the world around you. 3. Refusing to adapt to change. One of the most significant errors people make as they age is resisting change. Whether it involves technology, lifestyle adjustments, or shifting social norms, many seniors remain inflexible and refuse to adapt. It's understandable, as change can be unsettling, and after decades of living a certain way, it's easy to feel entitled to avoid learning something new. However, refusing to adapt doesn't halt the world's progress. It merely makes life more frustrating and isolating. Many individuals assume that new technology is exclusively for younger generations, but in today's world, staying connected often hinges on a willingness to learn. Whether it's using a smartphone, understanding online banking, or mastering video calls, these skills are becoming increasingly vital. When seniors decline to embrace even basic digital tools, they often find themselves excluded from important conversations, struggling with daily tasks that could be simplified and more susceptible to scams due to their lack of understanding. Consider Albert, a 78-year-old who refused to use a smartphone, insisting that his old flip phone sufficed. Over time, he realized that his grandchildren were communicating through group chats in which he couldn't participate. His bank began requiring online access for certain services, and he missed out on countless conveniences that could have simplified his life. Eventually, he decided to embrace technology and, with a little patience, learned how to text, use video calls, and even order groceries online. What began as a reluctant endeavor quickly transformed into something that improved his life in unexpected ways. Another way people resist change is by adhering to outdated habits even when better options are available. This can be as simple as refusing to adjust their diet to improve their health, ignoring modern safety measures in the home, or even dismissing new medical advice because it differs from what they were told decades ago. The conviction that this is how I've always done it can be perilous, particularly when better, safer, and more effective alternatives exist. Change also occurs in relationships, and refusing to adapt can create distance between family members. Younger generations have different communication styles, values, and lifestyles. Instead of criticizing or resisting these differences, embracing them with an open mind can strengthen relationships rather than alienate people. Many seniors discover that once they cease expecting things to remain as they once were and begin engaging with the world as it is, they feel more connected and less frustrated. Adapting to change doesn't entail relinquishing your identity. It means being flexible enough to continue moving forward. The world isn't regressing, and the more willing you are to learn, adapt, and grow, the more independent and fulfilled you'll be. It's never too late to embrace new ways of doing things, and the more open-minded you are, the more you'll realize that change isn't something to fear. It's something that can bring unexpected joy and opportunity into your life. 4. Mismanaging finances. One of the most devastating mistakes individuals make as they age is failing to manage their finances prudently. It's easy to assume that money is less important as you grow older, particularly if you're no longer employed and have savings or retirement funds set aside. However, financial mismanagement, whether it involves overspending, underestimating future expenses, or failing to plan for emergencies, can swiftly transform what should be comfortable years into a period of stress, struggle, and dependence on others. Many seniors fall into the trap of assuming they have sufficient funds to last, only to realize too late that medical bills, inflation, or unforeseen expenses erode their savings faster than anticipated. It's not just about possessing money, it's about ensuring its longevity. Even those who were financially secure in their younger years can find themselves struggling if they don't adjust their spending habits to align with their new stage of life. Consider Richard, a 72-year-old who spent lavishly in retirement, believing he had saved enough to enjoy life without concern. He embarked on trips, bought gifts for his grandchildren, and dined out frequently. However, by his late 70s, he began to notice that his savings were dwindling, medical expenses were accumulating, and he hadn't accounted for long-term care costs. Faced with limited options, he had to rely on his children for financial support, something he never wanted to do. Had he been more mindful of his spending earlier on, he could have extended his savings and maintained his financial independence. Another mistake seniors make is failing to keep up with financial planning. Many assume that once they retire, they no longer need to consider investments, budgeting, or financial adjustments. However, managing money is a lifelong endeavor, and even in old age, making sound financial decisions can significantly impact how comfortable and stress-free life is. Keeping track of expenses, understanding healthcare costs, and planning for potential long-term care can prevent financial hardships down the road. Seniors are also prime targets for scams, and one of the most heartbreaking ways people lose their financial security is by trusting the wrong individuals. Phone scams, email fraud, and even manipulative individuals posing as financial advisors can deplete life savings in an instant. Many seniors were raised in an era when people were more trusting, and scammers exploit this. Learning to recognize financial scams, avoiding unsolicited offers, and having a trusted financial advisor or family member review major financial decisions can prevent devastating losses. The key to financial security in old age isn't about being wealthy, it's about being wise. Creating a clear budget, being mindful of unnecessary spending, and planning for future expenses can help ensure that your money lasts as long as you do. It's never too late to make adjustments, and even small financial changes now can mean the difference between peace of mind and financial stress later on. 5. Ignoring mental growth and purpose. One of the most overlooked yet life-altering mistakes people make in old age is abandoning personal growth and losing their sense of purpose. Many seniors adopt the mindset that once they retire, their time for learning, setting goals, or contributing to the world is over. However, having something meaningful to anticipate, whether it's a hobby, a passion, or a new challenge, is paramount for maintaining mental acuity, emotional well-being, and physical health. A common misconception is that mental decline is inevitable. While aging does bring about changes, the brain remains capable of learning, adapting, and forming new connections throughout life. The real threat isn't age itself, it's inactivity. When seniors cease engaging in mentally stimulating activities, the brain's functions slow down. Studies have demonstrated that individuals who continue learning, whether through reading, solving puzzles, or acquiring new skills, are far less likely to experience cognitive decline. Consider Linda, a 70-year-old who was once active and inquisitive. After retiring, she found herself watching television most of the day, feeling as though her best years were behind her. Over time, she began to forget things more frequently, lost interest in conversations, and felt less engaged with life. However, she decided to enroll in an art class at a local community center, something she had never done before. She experienced a renewed sense of purpose. Her mind felt sharper, and she even forged new friendships. Another major mistake is failing to find a reason to wake up in the morning. Many seniors spend decades working, raising families, and handling responsibilities, only to find themselves adrift once those roles diminish. Without a sense of purpose, boredom and depression can set in rapidly. Having a reason to stay engaged, whether it's volunteering, mentoring younger generations, gardening, or even writing a book, creates structure, motivation, and fulfillment in daily life. Some seniors avoid trying new things because they fear failure or believe it's too late. However, age has no bearing on the ability to learn something new. Some of the most inspiring stories originate from individuals who embarked on new careers, learned new languages, or took up hobbies in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. Growth doesn't cease when you reach a certain age. It ceases when you decide to stop trying. Staying mentally active and having a sense of purpose doesn't just elevate mood, it also impacts longevity, cognitive function, and even physical health. People who continue challenging themselves, remaining curious, and discovering new ways to contribute to the world around them live happier, more fulfilling lives. Irrespective of age, your mind is still capable of growth, and your life still holds meaning. The key is to keep looking forward, keep learning, and never allow yourself to believe that your best days are behind you. Final thoughts. Aging is not solely about growing older. It's about making choices that determine whether your later years will be filled with joy, purpose, and independence, or frustration and regret. Avoiding these mistakes doesn't necessitate radical changes. Small adjustments in how you approach your health, relationships, mindset, and finances can significantly enhance your overall well-being. If you've been neglecting your physical health, Now is the time to prioritize movement, adopt a healthy diet, and stay current with checkups. If you've been isolating yourself, make a concerted effort to reconnect with old friends, cultivate new relationships, and embrace technology to stay engaged. If you've been resisting change, remind yourself that adapting doesn't mean relinquishing your identity. It means equipping yourself with the tools to remain independent and connected in a rapidly evolving world. If finances have been a concern, take proactive steps to ensure security, reduce unnecessary spending, and protect yourself from financial pitfalls. And if you've lost your sense of purpose, start small by picking up a book, trying something new, or finding a way to contribute your wisdom and experience to the world around you. The choices you make today will shape the quality of your life in the years to come. It's never too late to take control, make better decisions, and ensure that your later years are among your best. So, take these insights to heart and make a conscious effort to steer clear of these common pitfalls. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us bring you more content like this.